it's not coming out in the way that Harry or the book publishers wanted it to come out. So it's been an absolute mess as far as the PR of it has gone, because of course I think they wanted these interviews, much publicized and trailed interviews that are happening this weekend, to be the precursor and then the big splash of the book launch on Tuesday. Of course, it hasn't come about that way at all. As you said, there have been two big leaks. Guardian journalists got hold of a copy of the book, we think through a New York bookshop under the counter, and then a Spanish bookshop, or more than one bookshop in Spain possibly, has been selling them. So actually the serialization, which never happened, the book publishers, I think, and Harry didn't want to give any of our tabloids lots of money to serialize this, and now of course lots of newspapers are getting it for free. So we've got this smorgasbord of stories that are dropping like flies this afternoon, and of course we've got the salacious ones, the I took cocaine stories. We've got the very serious ones. My body count, my death count in Afghanistan was 25. And that, of course, John, does raise issues, I think, about his personal security, about which Prince Harry has spoken a lot in the last few years, about how he is at risk. And then I think really the crux of the matter, why did Harry and Meghan leave the royal family? And does this book provide any answers there? And that's where I think the difficulties for the royal family and for Harry and Meghan really crop up.
Go on. I mean, because that's going to be rolling and rocking, that story, and these individual headlines that we're dashing through now. Again, where do you start? I mean, cocaine is now, we all know, in pretty common use at all levels of society. But the fact that Prince Harry used it at a party, even as a teenager, even as a 17-year-old, it's going to be an eye wizener, isn't it?
I think it does. And also he seems to admit in this book that not only did he take it, and he said he was unhappy, he wanted to see what it was like, he wanted to experience something different and feel different. I think we can all sympathize with that. And he clearly was a very unhappy, had lots of reasons to be a very unhappy teenager. I think then he was hauled over the coals, by the sounds of the extract from the book, hauled over the coals by some, within the firm, some royal courtiers, and he denied it. Now, again, I think most teenagers, when they're caught red-handed, or whether they're accused of something, do very often revert to "not me, gov," look the other way. So again, understandable. And I think most people, we know that he was a bit of a wild child. That's certainly been documented. But coming back to the other issue of why he left the royal family, why Megxit, as it was coined, happened, I think one of the most serious allegations is the bit in the book that talks about a meeting between Charles and William and Harry immediately after Prince Philip's funeral. And this meeting happened at Frogmore. Harry says he was very, very nervous, that William and Charles arrived stony-faced, seemed to be on the same page, and they got into a row, particularly with William. Prince Charles made these really agonizing comment about, "Please, boys, don't make my last years on this planet," I'm paraphrasing, "a misery," which does seem very upsetting, and I think we can all imagine him saying that thing to say. But then the crux of it to me was when Harry said, allegedly, to his brother and his father, "You know why we've left the firm, you know why we felt we had no choice to do what we've done." And then he was astonished when both William and Charles seemed to say, "No, we really don't understand." And that to me seems like a microcosm of the whole problem. Yes. I think Harry thinks it's blazingly obvious that he was doing this to preserve and protect his family. And I think the rest of the royal family didn't get it, and really still don't get it.
Yeah, just very much on completely different pages, as are those who will take sides inevitably on both sides of this argument.